Positive energy all the time. Good to see you all. Hope you're having a great morning. Getting started bright and early. Always a pleasure, Craig. XYZ is in the building. Rastaman is in the building. And I got some pretty interesting takes that I want to talk about when it comes to plant-based, going plant-based, whole food vegan. I was talking to somebody about this on the phone. I said I wanted to share it with my subscribers. I appreciate you all. Thanks for subscribing. It's going to really be exciting over here, for real. I'm going to take it somewhere else and really, really push to try to get our people's health condition better. Always a pleasure, Reverend Tim. We really do. And, you know, when it comes to going vegan, let's just start there. When it comes to going vegan, plant-based, it might be difficult for you, but at least go healthy. Put down the junk food, put down the sweets, put down the snacks. Now, for people like myself, I do snacks every now and then, but they're whole food, they're plant-based snacks, meaning there's no artificial flavors, artificial colors, preservatives. I try to eat healthy snacks. But what I do is I space it. I space it out. Okay? Good to see you, Michael. Glad you're here. So what I do is I space it out, right? Because sometimes you can't just totally quit, right? What I do is space it out. Now, for me, I would go to Whole Foods, get chocolate donuts. Sometimes I would get chocolate cookies, Newman's cookies, things like that. And I don't eat snacks anymore too much. Very, very seldom. And the reason is when I started working out about 3-4 years ago, the snacks seem to be counterproductive, right? So in other words, I felt like, I'm going in the gym, I'm walking stairs, I'm doing long walks, I'm riding bikes, I'm boxing, I'm doing all these things trying to get in shape. And I just kind of felt like cookies and donuts was like going the other way. I'm trying to go this way. And I just didn't want to eat anything that I felt would be taking me that way. So that's how I just don't really mess with it like that because I feel like it's counterproductive to my workout. If you're trying to tone up, that means you're trying to get rid of some fat. Even if you're not fat, you can have fat on your body. And if you're trying to tone up, you just don't want to, I just didn't want to do anything that was the opposite. So this is why working out rather regularly, I don't suggest work out all the time because you could tear your body up like that too. People don't tell you that. But you should be exercising. You should be working out. No month should go by where you haven't did any workouts at least 7 days throughout that month. That's the least. Okay. That's almost twice a week. There's no way that you should just be sitting around. You haven't done any exercise this month, the next month, nothing, the next month, nothing. That's not acceptable. You should be getting some type of exercise in. You can't just sit still. And not exercising uh, kind of goes along with eating garbage. It's like you don't have any restrictions on yourself. And I think for sure, for the older generation, if you were born in the 50s, 60s, 70s, for sure you should be exercising. If you was born after that, a lot of you are in horrible, horrible condition. I mean, horrible. Unless you played sports, you're in the worst condition of people in the history of America. You're looking at all type of sicknesses if you don't turn it around. And one of the main things is the food, the food, the food, the food, the food. You got to eat better. You got to look at your body just like you look at your car. Just like you try to put the best things in the car for the car to really run nice. You have to do your body the same way. You can't put the best gas for your car in the car, the exact perfect oil in your car for the car, but then the wrong oil for your body, the wrong gas for your body. You can't do that. Much respect, XYZ. Thanks for the support. So, this is something that you just got to do. Now, what I'm talking about today is certain things that people really don't understand about going vegan, especially if you're plant-based vegan, not junk food vegan. I'm not talking about junk food vegan. I'm talking about no animal byproducts, but also whole food, plant-based vegan. And what a lot of people don't understand is that there's basically four things that happen when you consume fruits and vegetables, herbs and spices, nuts and grains, seeds. There's four different things that go on. Okay? So one of the first things is building up the body. Building up the body is one of the first things that you accomplish. And this is what a lot of people don't understand, this aspect of the situation. So that's why I'm breaking this all down today. Because a lot of people don't understand this. Building up the body. That's the first thing. Now, why is that important? It's important because people don't realize the various things that nutritious food do. And nutritious food does a variety of things. A variety of things. One of the first things it does is it builds up the body. Why? It builds up the body because it provides the proper nutrition that your body needs for all the parts of your body to function. And so everything you need to function is in the plants. It's in the trees, it's in the plants, the vines, it's in the plants in the ocean. Everything you need to survive. They try not to teach that now because it'll affect the economy, and they want to make you think that you can have a shortage of nutrition. And the reason they teach you that going vegan will make you have a shortage of nutrition is because some people, when they go vegan, they don't study it. So they don't eat a large enough variety to get all the nutrition. Another reason they tell you that is because the medical field doesn't know anything about going plant-based or going vegan. It's changing, so I shouldn't say don't know anything because some do, but typically they do not. If you go to the doctor or the hospital and something is bothering you, do not tell them you are a vegan. Don't ever, ever do that. Because if you tell the doctor you're vegan, he's going to take the lazy way out. He's going to say, okay, yeah, that's probably it. Make them do the examination on their own. Make them, just tell them the symptoms. Do not tell them you are a vegan. Don't ever say that. Because you will not get a thorough examination. Because a lot of times the doctor's not going to be that intelligent when it comes to veganism. And he's going to jump conclusions and say, that's probably it. You need to eat some fish. You need to eat some chicken. That's what he's going to say. What you want him to do is you want them to run tests. If they got to do a blood test, they can tell you which vitamins you got and which ones you're low on. If you get a blood test and they tell you you're low on vitamin A or you're low on vitamin this, you're doing that, all you do is you go home, you go on Google, and you search plants that have lots of vitamin A. It's really that simple. You don't have to panic or any of that. You don't have to do that. Let's say the doctor tells me I don't have enough vitamin A. Right? Watch. Plants and vegetables that have lots of vitamin A. I push search. Bam. That's how you got to do. Many fruits and vegetables are excellent sources of vitamin A. Good choices include dark leafy greens like spinach and kale, orange and yellow vegetables like carrots, sweet potatoes, and squash, as well as orange and yellow fruits like mangoes, cantaloupe, and papaya. Simple as that, problem solved. You can go to the pictures and see everything you need to see. Simple. As you can see here, watermelon, oh, it's a bunch, right? Mangoes, grapefruit, broccoli, bell pepper. So what you would do is you would make sure that you would incorporate all of this into the way you eat over the next 2 or 3 months. You'll eat one day, another one another day, another one another day, another one another day, right? You know what I'm saying? Pumpkin. This is pumpkin pie. So what you would do is just, okay, romaine lettuce. Your wife or your husband's going to the store. You want to make a salad. Don't get regular lettuce. Get romaine. Doctors say I'm low in vitamin A. Get some broccoli. Get some carrots. The things on here you like. Oh, a nice watermelon. Get some watermelon. Okay. Collard greens. Spinach. Okay. Cantaloupe. Grapefruit. So all you would do is incorporate this into your schedule when you eat. That's all you would do. You would just incorporate this into your eating. You don't need fish. That's false. The fish gets its vitamin from the seaweeds and stuff like that, right? So there's plants in the sea where you can get your vitamin A, and um, you can use some of these plants to season your food, and you'll be fine. Okay, like kelp. Just get some kelp and just put it in your food when you're cooking your food. That's it. It's not really that difficult. And then just go get your plant based multiple vitamin. That's all. Get your vitamin and take your supplement. And you're rocking and rolling. Solgar is always good. Pick up a Solgar. Look, $7. There go your vitamin A right there. Take one a day. Couple weeks, your vitamin A will be fine. That's all. This is a great one right here. Solgar. Let's grab it. Take it for a while. $7.33. No problem. Your vitamin A be right back up. Supplement. After that, make sure you got a multiple vitamin. Take it. You'll be fine. Don't panic. And, eat the foods that have whatever is saying that you're missing. It's real simple. Don't panic. And so one of the things it does is it builds, okay? See, they don't tell you all this. So I'm going to show you the 4 different things that happen when you eat nutritious, right? Right? So building, okay? A well-planned vegan way of eating can indeed be beneficial for building and maintaining a healthy body. While it requires careful attention to nutrient intake, it can support muscle growth, improve cardiovascular health, and potentially aid in weight management. This is what happens if you go vegan. This is how I can help you. Protein synthesis. Studies suggest that a vegan diet can support protein synthesis, the process by which the body builds muscle, as effectively as a diet containing animal products. You can build the same muscle on a plant-based way of eating. While some plant-based proteins are not complete, meaning they don't contain all the essential amino acids, combining different plant sources throughout the day can ensure you get all the necessary amino acids for muscle growth. Okay? Don't let nobody fool you. All right? So this is one of the things that plant-based eating can do. It could build. Okay? Focus on whole foods, emphasizing whole, unprocessed plant foods like legumes, nuts, seeds, and whole grains provides a good source of protein, carbohydrates, and healthy fats to fuel workouts and muscle repair. Example, good sources of protein include lentils, chickpeas, tofu, tempeh, quinoa, and edamame. Okay? See? So eating like that builds. Okay? Cardiovascular health. Lower risk of heart disease. Right? Vegan eating often lower the saturated fat and cholesterol, which are risk factors for heart disease. So when you go plant-based, you're not eating all of that cholesterol. You're not eating all of that saturated fat. Okay? It's better for your heart. It's going to lower your blood pressure. Plant-based eating can help lower blood pressure, another key factor in cardiovascular health. Once again, improve cholesterol levels. Plant-based eating can lead to lower LDL cholesterol levels. That's bad cholesterol, which can reduce the risk of plaque buildup in the arteries. Reduce risk of stroke and type 2 diabetes. These conditions are often linked to heart disease, and a vegan way of eating may help reduce the risk of developing them. It helps with weight management. Plant-based foods are generally lower in calories than animal products, which can make it easier to create a calorie deficient for weight loss, right? A calorie deficit, okay? Which can make it easier to create a calorie deficit for weight loss, all right? And you don't got all that fat. It's not going to hold all that grease. It's by far healthier. High in fiber. Fiber rich foods like fruit, vegetables, and whole grains help you feel full and satisfied, which can aid in appetite control and weight management. Improve metabolism. Some studies suggest that plant based diets may boost metabolism, which can further support weight loss. All right. So just showing you how going plant based can build, okay, help you build your body, okay? Weight management, low calorie density. Plant based foods are generally lower in calories than animal products, which can make it easier to create a calorie deficit for weight loss. High fiber, we just read that. Improve metabolism. Important considerations. Nutrient deficiency. It's crucial to ensure adequate intake of certain nutrients that are more readily available in animal products such as vitamin B12, vitamin D, iron, zinc, and omega-3 fatty acids, which is not 100% true, but it is. But if you eat the right varieties, all these things, all you have to do is search them and you will get them. And plus, you're going to always take a multiple vitamin, whether you're plant based or not. No matter how you're eating, you should be taking a multiple vitamin every now and then. You don't have to take it every day. But if it's a bottle of 60, right? If you take those every other day, that's 4 months to ensure you're getting everything you need, because no matter how you're eating, you're not going to eat balanced every day to get balanced nutrition. Supplementation, depending on individual needs, supplementation with these nutrients may be necessary. And of course, consultation with the healthcare professional. It's always recommended to consult with the doctor or registered dietitian before making significant dietary changes, especially if you have any pre-existing health conditions. And that is true. That is true. If you have pre-existing health conditions, just don't change the way you eat. Okay? You have to go talk to somebody. But don't let them tell you or discourage you. Get the information from them. And with the information they give you, take advantage of Google and go Google it, and Google will tell you what to do, because you're going to pull up a bunch of articles. And so when you read 4 or 5 articles, if you see they're all saying the same thing, then you know it's accurate. So you go to the doctor gives you the information, and then rather than just following him sending you to the pharmacy, first you go home and you do your research based off of what the doctor's diagnosis is. This is how you have to take care of your children and yourself. Let them tell you what's wrong with you. But first, you go find out what you can do to rectify it first. Just don't let them sell you a bunch of pills because that's how they make their money. That's how they make their money. And a lot of these pharmaceutical companies, they come to these doctors and they basically take them out on fancy dinners and golf and say, would you prescribe my medicine? So that's not always legitimate, okay? So that's how going plant-based builds, builds the body, okay? Now, this is what a lot of people don't understand. It also restores, okay? It restores. And see, they don't tell you all of these things. It restores. So it builds you up. But it also restores things that you don't have, which in turn helps what? Build you up. So I'm showing you the 4 things that happen when you eat a balanced, plant-based, nutritional food. When you eat balanced meals, plant-based, it's going to build you up. It's going to be a building block. It's going to restore you. It's going to add protection, and it's going to cure you. Okay? It's going to help cure you. It's not a all cure, right? But you don't have to have that much curing if you're already building clean. If you're building clean, that eliminates a lot of the necessary reasons to get cured. All right. So the next thing is restoring. All right. It is often claimed that a vegan way of eating can restore the body by improving various aspects of health and potentially reversing the progression of certain chronic diseases. However, it's important to approach these claims with a balanced perspective, considering both the potential benefits and the need for careful planning to avoid potential downsides. So what they're saying is you still have to be careful because you might not know what you're doing. So being plant-based requires studying, which is something you should have been doing when you eat anyway. And so going vegan is going to really wake you up on how you have not been studying. You haven't been studying on what you need to do to be healthy. You can't just be out here just living. It takes knowledge to take care of yourself. And it's not studying you got to do much, just here and there to learn. Once you learn, you don't have to relearn. So another thing this does is it helps restore. Okay? It builds and it's restore. And all of these go together because part of building is while it's building, it's adding new stuff and it's restoring stuff that might not quite be there as strong as it's supposed to be. Potential for weight loss and management. Vegan diets often contain fewer calories and higher amounts of fiber compared to diets that include animal products, potentially aiding in weight loss and maintenance. Some studies indicate that vegans tend to have a lower BMI than non-vegans. One study showed that people on a low-fat, high-fiber vegan diet lost more weight than those on a conventional low-fat diet. Cardiovascular health benefits. Plant-based diets or plant-based way of eating have been linked to a reduced risk of cardiovascular disease, including high blood pressure and heart attack. A vegan way of eating is typically low in saturated fats and cholesterol, which can contribute to heart disease. Fiber abundant in plant foods has been associated with better heart health. So this is going to be working to help restore your heart if your heart has been, you know, losing some of its perfection. Okay. So let's say, you just been eating regular and whatever, and you're 30 years old. Okay. Once you start ingesting all this fruit and vegetables and nuts and grains and herbs and spices, it's going to begin to restore things that might be a little damaged, because a lot of the stuff we are eating, it doesn't build you, it damages you. It puts on unnecessary weight. It's potentially cancerous. Okay, it's potentially clogging your arteries. It's potentially damaging your bladder, damaging your kidney, damaging your heart, damaging your brain function. Okay? Fiber abundant in plants has been associated with better heart health, potential for diabetes management and prevention. Vegans often have lower blood sugar levels and higher insulin sensitivity, potentially reducing the risk of type 2 diabetes. One study reported that a vegan diet lowered blood sugar levels in people with diabetes more effectively than the diet recommended by the American Diabetes Association. So they're saying eating a vegan way of eating, right, have lowered blood sugar levels more effectively than the diet recommended by the American Diabetes Association. Another study found that those closely following a plant based way of eating had a significantly lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes. So, why I say restoring? Because most likely what you was eating was taking you closer to diabetes, closer to stroke, closer to a heart attack. So now when you change and start eating better, it begins to restore your body. So the first thing I said, what? It builds you up, building. Now we're talking about restoration, restoring, restoring. This is why plants are so powerful. And this is why nature got them here. Don't be trying to act like nature doesn't know what it's doing. Nature knows what it's doing. Nature knows what it's doing. So don't underestimate nature. Important note, while a well planned vegan way of eating offers numerous health benefits because it's crucial to ensure adequate intake of certain nutrients that, I don't know what this is. Okay. While a well planned vegan way of eating offers numerous health benefits. It's crucial to ensure adequate intake of certain nutrients that may be less readily available in plant-based food. These are vitamin B12, vitamin D, calcium, iron, and omega-3 fatty acids, which this is not 100% accurate, but I do understand what they're saying. But all of these you can get very simple. But you should be taking vitamin D regardless what you eat. If you look at the B12, it says found primarily in animal products, vegans need to rely on fortified foods or supplements for B12, which is not true. But you got to understand that they're basically saying, trying to tell you false information, right? That's not factual. There are foods with plenty of B12. Okay. All these foods here, nuts, plenty of B12, pomegranate, all these things have plenty of B12. Okay. Fruits and vegetables, B12, blueberries, spinach, mushrooms, squash, potatoes, prunes, beets, nori, nuts, moringa. Moringa's got everything in it. So you can get some moringa powder. And, so a lot of this stuff is, outdated. They're not really telling you the facts. Here we go here. Peanuts, figs, pecans, dates, hazelnut, walnuts, almonds, pistachio nuts, vitamin B12 all day. Okay? I'm showing you how you got to go do your own research. The Babylon system has not quite caught up yet. Okay? You see, I got to check them because what AI is saying is not 100% accurate. Okay? In conclusion, adopting a well-balanced, whole food, vegan way of eating can be a valuable tool for promoting health and potentially mitigating the risk or even reversing the progression of certain chronic diseases. Restoration, restoring the damage and thereby reversing certain chronic diseases. However, careful meal planning and consideration of potential nutrient deficiencies are essential to reap the full benefits of this dietary approach, which is true. You have to do your research and you have to make sure you're getting all your nutrition. That's why I tell people get a multiple vitamin while you're learning what you're doing. After a while, you'll know the variety of food to eat. The key to having all your nutrition is variety. Variety is the spice of life. If you're eating a large variety, you will be fine. Consulting with a healthcare professional or a registered dietitian is always recommended to ensure individuals' needs are met and to develop a healthy and sustainable vegan eating plan. I agree, but you have to do it yourself once you go to them. Okay? You have to do it yourself, but definitely go for the information. I had a blood test, came back perfect, and I was 62 years old. I was 62 years old, and I went, and the black nurse, she took all my blood work, and my blood work came back perfect. And I had been a vegan 43 years at that point. So I had been a vegan 43 years. I was 62 years old. And I had full blood work. And it came back absolutely perfect. I haven't ate an animal since the 70s. You see? So we covered two. We covered building up the body by putting more plants in your body, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, herbs, spices, grains, variety. Okay? Cashews this time, walnuts next time, pumpkin seeds here, sunflower seeds here, like that, okay? Fruit the same way. This fruit this time, this fruit that time. This, you do that, you will be fine. Okay? Kale greens this time, collard greens next time, red cabbage next, like that, okay? Yellow squash this time, green squash next time, right? Okay. Idaho potato next time, red potato, okay? Sweet potato. As long as you do that, you will be fine. Okay? So now the next thing. We've dealt with building, we've dealt with restoring. Now we're going to deal with protecting. Plant-based way of eating adds protection. Okay? Protection. I'm showing you the 4 great things that happen when you change to a plant-based way of eating. A vegan way of eating, when well planned, can offer numerous protective benefits for the body by reducing the risk of various diseases and promoting overall health. These benefits stem from the diet's emphasis on plant-based foods, which are rich in nutrients and low in unhealthy components. Now you notice how now it's saying it's rich in nutrients. Have you seen earlier? It's like, well, it might not have all the nutrients. I told you. Is it rich in nutrients or is it missing nutrients? See? You see? These benefits stem from the way of eating's emphasis on plant-based foods, which are rich in nutrients and low in unhealthy components. Disease prevention and management. Reduced risk of cardiovascular disease. A vegan way of eating can help lower blood pressure, improve cholesterol levels, especially LDL or bad cholesterol, and reduce the risk of heart disease and stroke. Lower risk of type 2 diabetes. A vegan way of eating can improve blood sugar control and insulin sensitivity, potentially lowering the risk of developing type 2 diabetes. Cancer prevention. Studies suggest that a vegan way of eating may lower the risk of certain cancers, particularly colorectal cancer, due to the high intake of fiber, antioxidants, and phytochemicals found in plant-based foods. A vegan way of eating is often lower in calories and saturated fat than diets that include animal products, which can contribute to weight management and reduce risk of obesity. So you see right away, you see the pattern. 4 different things happen. You build up the body. While you're building up the body, you're also restoring the body. While you're building up the body and restoring the body, you're protecting the body. from putting these plants from the earth into your body. Right? Possible reduced risk of cancer. Okay? Studies have suggested that eating a vegan way of life may reduce the risk of certain cancers, possibly due to a higher intake of fiber, vitamins, and phytochemicals found in plants. Eliminating red and processed meats, which have been linked to an increased risk of some cancers, is another factor to consider. Improved gut health and reduced inflammation. Plant-based eating is rich in fiber, which is important for a healthy gut microbiome. Dietary fiber can improve gut health, potentially leading to better absorption of nutrients and reduce inflammation. Okay, so when the gut gets cleaner, the gut can get more nutrients out of the food. If the gut's got garbage in there, a lot of the nutrients, you're just going to put them in the toilet. You're never going to pull them out of the food. Plus, you're not getting that much nutrients because there's no nutrients in the standard American diet. Okay. The antioxidants and phytochemicals in plant foods may help combat inflammation, which has been linked to various diseases, including cancer and arthritis. Other potential benefits. Some individuals on vegan that eat a vegan way of that have a vegan way of eating have reported increased energy levels and improvement in arthritis symptoms. There are also some anecdotal evidence suggesting a vegan way of eating might help improve mood and cognitive function. I'm telling you straight up, you see it all. You see it. You see it. I'm showing you all of the different steps. We went from building, we went to restoring, and now we're going to protecting. Okay? We're going to protecting. And as you can see, when it comes to protecting, it does a lot. Okay? We're going to read this again. While a vegan diet can be very healthy, it's crucial to plan meals carefully to ensure adequate intake of essential nutrients like vitamin B12, vitamin D, iron, calcium, and omega-3 fatty acids, which are often found in higher concentrations of animal byproducts. But you can get that. I showed you that already. Supplementation. In some cases, supplementation may be necessary. I showed you that too. You can get your B12, okay? Focus on whole processed foods. I showed you that. Okay? I showed you it can reduce chronic inflammation and then all of that, right? This is part of protection that you get. You get protection from eating this way of eating. You get protection, protecting your body from a bad situation. And now we got curing, which you see these all tie in because when you're restoring, when you're protecting, you're curing. So these are the four different things that are going on when you change the way you eat and put more fruits and vegetables into your body. So now we're going to look at the curing. The fourth thing it does. And the fourth thing it does is cure. A well-planned vegan diet, especially when focused on whole, unprocessed food, can play a significant role in preventing and managing certain chronic diseases and improving overall health. While it's not a cure-all, it can be a powerful tool for promoting well-being and potentially reversing or slowing the progression of some conditions. Potential benefits: cardiovascular health. A vegan lifestyle, particularly those rich in fruits and vegetables and whole grains, tend to be lower in saturated fat and cholesterol, which can help lower LDL, bad cholesterol, and blood pressure, reducing the risk of heart disease. Diabetes management, you see it saying the same thing every time. These things, when they help you, is doing a variety of good things for your body. It's preventing it, it's reversing it, and it's building you up from it. Studies suggest that a vegan lifestyle can improve blood sugar control and insulin sensitivity, potentially lowering the risk of type 2 diabetes and aiding in its management. Weight management. The vegan way of living, often associated with a lower BMI, and can be effective for weight loss or maintenance, especially when focused on whole, unprocessed food. Reduced inflammation. Plant-based way of eating, generally rich in antioxidant and anti-inflammatory compounds, potentially reducing chronic inflammation, which is linked to various diseases. It's a smooth food. You don't want to eat food that start a fire. When you're eating fruits and vegetables, it's smooth. Okay? It's not inflammatory. Improve gut health. That's why it improves gut health, because it's not inflammatory. High fiber, a high fiber vegan way of eating can promote a healthy gut microbiome, which plays a crucial role in digestion and overall health. This is serious, you all. This is why so many people are getting sick. This is why so many people are getting sick. Lower cancer risk. While more research is needed, some studies indicate that a vegan way of eating may be associated with the reduced risk of certain cancers such as colon and prostate cancer. Mental health. Some research suggests a potential link between a vegan way of eating and improved mood and reduced risk of depression, though more studies are needed to confirm this. Nutrient adequacy. A well-planned vegan way of eating is crucial. It's important to ensure adequate intake of vitamin B12, vitamin D, omega-3 fatty acids, iron, calcium, and zinc, which can be challenging to obtain solely from a plant-based source. That's not true. I went to the doctor at 62 years old. She gave me all my blood work. and my blood work was fine. That's not true. These fruits and vegetables and nuts and grains got everything in it. Where you think the animals get it from? The fish get their nutrients from kelp and seaweed and sea moss. Individual variation. Not all vegans are created equal. The effectiveness of a vegan way of eating can vary depending on the individual's health status, lifestyle, and the specific foods included in the way they eat. You see what they telling you? That you gotta eat a variety. You can't pigeonhole yourself. You gotta eat a variety. Professional guidance, consulting with a healthcare professional or registered dietitian, especially when managing a chronic disease, is recommended to ensure that the way you eat is appropriate and safe for your individual needs. This is absolutely a fact. If you already have some type of chronic disease, you have to be careful in everything you eat, not just when you're going vegan. But the reason they say when you're going vegan, because different stuff could raise your blood pressure, lower your blood pressure. And if you're on high blood pressure medicine and things like that, there's certain things you have to avoid. Okay. So, like a person on dialysis, gotta eat based on dialysis. But they would have to do that anyway. So it's good they pointed out for a vegan because plants are powerful and can make your blood pressure go up or down or whatever, and it can be dangerous. So if you got something wrong with you, you have to go consult a doctor. But if something is wrong with you and you want to go vegan, you go to YouTube. Two, you go to the doctor, then you go to YouTube and you search going vegan with diabetes or going vegan with stomach cancer, and you watch live testimonies from people that did it to see if what you've seen fits what they're saying. That's the beautiful thing about YouTube. In conclusion, a vegan way of eating, when well planned and focused on whole, unprocessed food, can offer significant health benefits and may play a role in preventing and managing certain chronic diseases. However, it's crucial to ensure nutrient adequacy and seek professional guidance to optimize the diet's effectiveness and safety. And that's 100% right. You have to study. But here's the crazy thing, you should have been doing that anyway. Okay? See, this is what they're not telling you. Yes, if you're going to go vegan, you have to study what you're doing. But what they're not telling you, you should have been studying what you're doing anyway. The same effort that you're going to put into it, because you need to get doctor's information. But if you went to the doctor and told him you was eating all that pork, the doctor would have told you to cut that down too. If you went to the doctor and tell him I'm eating a bunch of fried chicken, the doctor would tell you to cut that back too. So sometimes it's good that they do give you the advice to go to a doctor when you go plant-based, because like I said, your blood pressure and different things can move in certain plants. If, you might be on medication and all that. That's 100% right. Go and let your doctor know if you're trying to change the way you eat. And also go on YouTube and search going on vegan with this, whatever your thing is. Search it. And do your research. Get information from the doctor and then go search it. Go search it and let people get on there. There's doctors on YouTube. There are doctors on YouTube that address these situations. That's very important. You can't just change the way you eat if you got any type of illness. You can't just do that because plants are powerful and you got to make sure you're eating the right plant. Plants are powerful. So if they giving you a medicine to raise your blood pressure a little bit, you don't want to eat nothing to lower it or raise it again. You know, you're already taking something to raise it. Now you done took something that raised it again. See, so that's what they're trying to tell you, and they're 100% correct with that. Go and consult somebody. If you got some type of medical problems and you trying to change the way you eat, just don't jump out the window. Go do your research, okay? Now, our friends at foodielovesfitness.com is showing you some things. A vegetarian diet lowers your risk of heart disease by 20%. Vegetarians tend to live an average of 8 years longer than non-vegetarians. The average cholesterol level of a vegetarian is 161 compared to 210 in non-vegetarians. A vegetarian have a lower risk of death related to cancer, heart problems, and obesity. Men, 50% reduction. Women, 30% reduced. So the system knows what I'm telling you. They say vegan, they say plant-based, they say whole foods, but the fact of the matter is plants, fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, grains, herbs, and spices. These things were made for you to eat by nature. And this is how you restore and build your body, by eating better and eating cleaner. So always remember that, you know, if you're going to go plant-based, it's going to help you in many, many ways. It's going to help you in many ways. It's not going to just help you in one way. It's going to be repairing stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, go back and watch the rerun, More Power, because you need to really watch this, right? So it's going to help build you. It's going to help restore you. It's going to help protect you, and it's going to help to cure you. It's not going to be the cure, but if you're trying to cure yourself, then you don't want to eat what goes against the cure. If you're overweight and the doctors say you're dangerously overweight, you don't want to eat stuff that's going to put more weight on. So this is how eating correctly can help to cure you. But you always want to check with a doctor if you got something wrong with you already. Okay? But just remember that eating right, a plant-based way of eating, does 4 different things. It helps build you up. It helps restore you from where you wasn't built up. It helps protect you from other things. And it helps to cure you from things that you might not even know that you have. So eat to live. Don't live to eat. Support the channel. I appreciate you watching. Hit the super chat, the Cash App, the PayPal, and eat right. Take care of yourself. We can't say this enough. You got to eat right. You got to take care of yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got to eat right. You got to take care of yourself. There's no getting around that, okay? All right. Victory, and go vegan.
health, and longevity. If you want to consume more plant-based foods, if you want to abstain from junk foods, if you want to consume fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, and herbs, and avoid dead flesh, artificial flavors and colorings, sweeteners, anything that is unreal basically, purchase this particular manual, The Easiest Way to Become a Vegan by Pharaoh Ramesses El Aton, who has been a vegan 40 plus years. He will take you step by step on how to abstain from the junk foods, how to abstain from the dead flesh, the chicken, the turkey, the pork, beef, and all sorts of animal products. Purchase this particular manual, The Easiest Way to Become a Vegan, to eat more natural. Remember that the herbs are for the healing of the nations. Let food be your medicine and let medicine be your food. Consume of every fruit-bearing and herb-bearing tree. Unto you it shall be for meat. Purchase this particular manual, The Easiest Way to Become a Vegan by Pharaoh Ramesses El Aton. Peace, health, and longevity.